My last name is Libre, and it means free in Spanish. That's a big part of my journalism, to be available to people who need and to have as much as possible, little to do or need of money, and to be free in the sense of being independent. I live in a hand-built adobe or mud house. It allows me a lot of freedoms in my life, and also artistic or journalistic freedoms. When I was 21, I went AWOL. I left for political reasons. And after that, I pursued a degree in peace studies and was quite involved in peace activism for a few years. But then I wanted to take a step back into something a bit more personal and independent than being part of a campaign or a movement. And that's when I rediscovered photography as a way to be very active in issues that are affecting peace and security in the world, but in a more independent and artistic way. One of my main artistic influences comes from the 5 years I spent in Japan. And in Japan, they really value things that are done in a very specific area or topic over a long period of time. Just try to pick 2 or 3 stories that I feel really passionate about and that people need to know about, that they don't know about, and try to cover them the best I can and share their stories with the world. Was when I do still photography, still I have to write in my words about their situation. And what really appeals to me about video journalism is that I can record them speaking and they can speak for themselves. That all of the stories I work on are somehow fundamentally related to the topic of freedom. And it's most obvious in the story about the Kachin Independence Organization. It's a very important story that the mainstream media is just not covering right now. They seem to be playing more on like a Hollywood duality of good and bad, and making the story oversimplified, making it the military government versus Aung San Suu Kyi. And that unfortunately just does not portray the reality and the complexity of the story of the situation in Burma today. There's over 135 official ethnic groups inside the country of Myanmar that their stories are generally not being heard, and there's really no chance of having any kind of lasting peace or stability in the country until people understand their stories and their needs. I plan to spend most of the next several years still working about one story, and that is the story of the Kachin state and the Kachin Independence Organization and the human rights abuses by the Burmese government and military.
One day, our Kachin will disappear from the world.
I'm excited to see in 5, 10, 20 years how these videos will affect the future of a whole people, the Kachin people. So I hope you all keep coming back here to the video journalism movement and follow my reportage of the Kachin Independence Organization and their negotiations with the government, their frontline battles, their story of the 20,000 refugees, and much, much more.